Yo, this is Ideophile of the Handsome Boys Gaming Club. Welcome to episode 1 of Kickstarter-Charter. And yeah, this is something that came about because I had a traumatic experience today where I discovered a game. This is the perfect game that I've been looking for, like actively searching for over the past few years. And I'm just discovering it today. But, you know, I get excited when I find this, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get on this early, you know, I could get all kinds of stuff, you know. And just to find out that, you know, this game is, you know, been in development for over 2 years, you know, and there's all this cool stuff that I could have gotten in on. So I was like, never again. So yeah, I decided to basically just hit Kickstarter and see what kind of cool stuff was there, and yeah, see what other people might like that I like, because I like people that like what I like, because those are generally cool people, right? The game, by the way, was Crowfall, and the exact search terms for anyone who's interested were games with SWG, that's Star Wars Galaxies, like crafting system. Now, I searched for this actively multiple times over the past few years, but you know what, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, anyway, I found it. You know, my life as a crafter has, you know, at least a glimmer of hope. And yeah, I'll provide links to everything I mentioned down in the I'm not gonna call it a doobly-doo. I think that's trademarked. But I'll go ahead and call it a who what's it. Yeah, down in the who what's it. So originally I had planned to just browse Kickstarter and, you know, just see what I could find, you know, maybe research the people behind the projects, you know, see where people's money might be best put, you know, a real public service. But that got real boring real fast. So here are the highlights. You know, this is really just a list of things that look cool to me. Either, you know, I like the art or the concept or the stuff you get, or, you know, whatever. All right, so first up is Lifeless Moon from Stage 2, the creators of Lifeless Planet.
Back on Earth, the crew has a message that we would like to send to you. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void.
This is a cinematic action-adventure game inspired by classic science fiction, and with a projected completion date of July 2018. And this is Kickstarter, so that's subject to change and probably will change. Anyway, yeah, this campaign ends October 4th, and I was really attracted to this one, not only, you know, because of just how pretty it is. I'm a big fan of exploration games, but at the $70 level, this astrophysicist, you get a hardcover book, get an actual physical hardcover book with art from both Lifeless Planet and Lifeless Moon. Higher up, you know, you get a huge custom poster, you know, the book and a t-shirt. But at the top tier, you actually get an associate producer credit and the chance to consult on the game. And, you know, that would be like, you know, a fantastic graduation gift, or, you know, that would be a great boost to the resume. So yeah, check these guys out. Alright, next up is Age of Grit, a steampunk Wild West adventure from IQSoup. This is an RPG with a very well fleshed out world to explore. They boast over 50 unique towns to discover, and this is their second round of funding. Their projected date on this is September 2018.
It was an age of great armies and navies of iron, when the skies were ruled by mighty steam-powered contraptions. It was an age of battle, when a thick iron hull kept you safe, but a well-oiled Gatling gun kept you safer.
$12 early and $15 later on will get you the basic game. $25 to $35 will get you, a lore book and wallpapers and a soundtrack, standard digital content there. And $65 on up is where it gets interesting, because you actually start to get to add content to the world. At $65, your name or whatever you call yourself will be featured in an item's description. So somewhere in the world, you'll exist forever. You gain immortality for $65. It's a pretty good deal. At $110, you get a physical copy of the lore book and a full-color cloth map. At $185, you get to fully design one of the enemy ship owners in the game, and you'll work with the game creators on that. $350 gets you the whole kit and caboodle. This campaign ends October 12th, so yeah, check these guys out. Alright, third we have Fossil Hunters. This is an action-adventure game with puzzle elements. This is the maiden voyage of Reptoid Games with a projected date of March 2018.
Fossil Hunters is an underground adventure game about collecting fossils and building your own dinosaurs. Play as a fearless paleontologist who's traveled to a remote dig site rumored to lead to the center of the Earth. Our modular fossil system allows you to connect fossils together in any configuration to create countless possibilities. Track your discoveries as you complete each of the unique fossil schematics. Earn greater rewards by building rare and complex fossil skeletons. Get access to powerful new digging tools. Unlock new levels and travel deep into unexplored caves full of forgotten fossils and lost treasure.
And I just thought this was a cute looking game, and looks like some interesting gameplay. All right, $15 gets you the basic game. $30, you get the soundtrack and the art book. $150 is where you start to get into adding content. You get to design one of the fossils that'll be required for the main campaign. And $500 gets you in as one of the lost people, one of the lost researchers in the game, and you'll work with the devs to flesh out a story there. These guys are done this campaign September 28th. All right, now we have Artificer, the Science of Magic. Artificer is a survival RPG focused on researching and crafting magic spells, devices, and potions. So basically a game about running around, trying to stay alive, gather your resources, experiment, and see what stuff does, playing your strategy. My kind of game. This is the second game from these guys. They did another one called Balthasar's Dream that I had seen in the Steam store before. I'm not quite familiar with the game, but expected date on this one is August 2018. And 10 or 15 bucks will get you the game and the soundtrack. But yeah, a little bit higher, you can add, plants, creatures, and magic devices to the game. But at the top 2 levels, $200 to $500, you can get the game devs as your personal guildmates, and they'll play video games with you. So I thought that was pretty cute. So yeah, check these guys out. This campaign ends October 5th. All right, now we have the board game Cerebria, the Inside World. This game is just plain beautiful.
Origin, the source of all, awakened to life and began to shape 5 realms around its light. The Valley of Motives took form first, and through it willpower flew and burst. The cradle of senses, birthplace of emotions. Willows of values grows them powerful potions. Through the network of thoughts, emotions are connected. With the land of desires, they are perfected. Thus, Cerebria, the inside world, was born, but abruptly into 2 sides it was torn. The dark shadows of gloom and lively lights of bliss are from the beginning opposing forces. And so, with Cerebria's future at stake, it was up to the spirits to shape the land's fate. Sullen misery was first out of the shadows, bringing bitterness and despair to the meadows. Along came delight, sunny as the shining light, spreading cheerfulness and excitement in the heart. Then love, the tender one, gracefully took action, introducing intimacy and affection. Hatred, the ill-willed, flared up with utmost fury, unleashing wild hostility and jealousy. Encouraged malice crept up like a filthy plague. Vicious dislike and suspicion followed its way. When pure-hearted empathy saw the damage done, generosity and kindness consoled everyone. Though none expected anxiety to appear, wherever he just went, he invoked doubt and fear. Finally, harmony, exquisite and flawless, restored the unity through hope and peacefulness. Shaping Cerebria is their authority, a sublime goal to define its identity. Leave your mark on the inside world and get your deluxe copy of Cerebria with exclusive pre-painted miniatures. Cerebria, the inside world. Now on Kickstarter.
This is a team-based area control game from 1 to 4 players set inside a person's mind, reimagined as a vibrant fantasy world. There's beautiful art, fantastic lore, and the game materials themselves are just stunning. These guys are well into their stretch goals, and it's easy to see why. I mean, just look at the game. This one's expected out July 2018. Again, Kickstarter, so anything can change. But these guys are well on their way. For all intents and purposes, there really is only one thing to get here, and that's the origin box, which gets you basically everything they're working on, and that includes the game, all their unlocked extra stuff, 2 custom design booklets, and 8 miniatures of the spirit characters. For an extra $25, you can have them painted, or you can use that as an opportunity to practice your own painting skills, or you could just not mess them up. But yeah, definitely check these guys out. They're definitely getting my money. And rounding out the group, while we're on the subject of fractured cognition, is Omit Me, a game of dementia from Brightfire Games. A game where reality is constantly changing and being manipulated, leaving the player confused and disoriented, creating a challenge. So someone's basically turned a boatsman brain into a game. This is pretty much just a concept, but it's a concept I like. So check these guys out. This campaign ends October 14th. So there it is, episode 1 of Kickstarter-Charter with Ideophile of the Handsome Boys Gaming Club. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I'm definitely not going to do 6 at a time again. But we'll see. It's been fun. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Share it with your friends if you find any of these, interesting. Stay tuned to the Handsome Boys Gaming Club. We're definitely going to have a lot of things coming out. Your tabletop games, your video games, your role-playing games. Got some anime, comic book discussions coming up, anything your little nerdy heart could want. So stay tuned and subscribe and all of that stuff.